Greetings, YouTube. Danny Staten here on the Daddy Dan blog. I'm back again. Hey, check this out. I know the good stuff guys like Dave Sunstorm, Thrash Pondo Pines, and Pat McCormick over here are gonna like this one. It's called The Black Hole. It's based on a movie from 1979. This comic book come out in 1980, and it's number one. It's a beginning tale. It's the beginning of the story. So, anybody know what the black hole is? Anybody ever heard of the black hole? I'm halfway afraid to show a trailer. I don't want to get a copyright block. Uh-oh.
There is an inexorable force in the cosmos where time and space converge. A place beyond man's vision, but not his reach. It is the most mysterious and awesome point in the universe. Where the here and now may be forever. On my ship, you ask. It is unavoidable. Moving through space, swallowing everything in its path. Radio waves, light. Are you programmed to speak? Even planets and stars.
And so our adventure begins into the world. The world of the black hole. And I'm already a little sad and a little ill that my comic book's damaged a little bit, but it's the only black hole I ever saw, so I had to buy it. So let's jump into the front cover and see what happens. Inside my damaged front cover, I get commercials. Commercials already for lots and lots and lots and lots of really cool posters. I probably had a few of these back in the day. I definitely had that one. And so our adventure begins with the Palomino, this little weird triangular shaped lunar module looking thing floating through space on a mission to boldly go where no man has gone before. What? So the USS Palomino, an explorer craft on an expedition to boldly go where no man has gone before, supposedly, searches the cosmos for signs of life. And on this mission, wouldn't you know it, they encounter what appears to be a black hole. A black hole with a strange anomaly. That's right, a strange anomaly. Something's floating on the edge of the black hole. And now I guess it's time for us to meet the crew that looks nothing like the guys who played them in the movie. And this is Harry Booth, and he's a journalist in the comic book instead of a navigator scientist guy, okay? And then we get the incredible Kate. Oh, I love Kate. Hey, and if you want to see who played these characters, go see the Unapologetic Geek, Thrash Pondo Pons, or Dave Sunstorm. Even Pat McCormick, I'm sure they have videos about who played who and who did what. And, I should look one of them up and put it on here. Anyway, you get Dr. Kate McCree, and I can't remember who played her in that movie. I swear I can't, but I did like her. And you get Alex, the premier scientist. He looks like Paul Lynn in this one, don't he? And then you get Captain Dan. That's right. Our wonderful pilot, Dan Holland. And he's going to be the coolest guy on the ship who looks nothing like he did in the movie. But anyway, he's a Captain Dan, and you can't go wrong with a Captain Dan, because Captain Dan, he's our man. Anyway, right along, we get a Spider-Man Little Debbie commercial to make sure back in 1980 you had a Spider-Man snack and got you some diabetes. And now when you're my age, you get to take insulin shots in the stomach. If I hadn't done keto, I'd have insulin shots in the stomach right now and kind of Little Debbie cakes. I don't guess they'll be one of my sponsors. So Enthal Glorious Panels brought to you Ba-da-da-da-Dan blog. We rode along with Captain Dan. That's right, Captain Dan Highland. And he is excited. You know why? Because his name's Captain Dan. If your name's Captain Dan, you get excited. As Vincent the robot has detected a strange anomaly on the edge of the black hole. Yes, it's true. We got a little robot named Vincent, look like a floating trash can. Look like he could step on one of his little levers and the top would pop and you could drop a tin can in there or something or some paper. Anyway, Captain Dan has detected a ship on the edge. On the edge of the black hole. Oh, in this enhanced image, we get to see the ship on the edge of the black hole. Kate cries out because she says it looks familiar. Vincent says it's been identified as the Cygnus. Kate is thrilled because her missing father, who went missing on an expedition many years ago, was aboard the Cygnus. Kate could find. She could find her long lost father. But they get too close. Oh my God, they got too close. And the gravitational field of the black hole has affected their ship. They're being pulled down. They have no choice but to try to connect up with the Cygnus. They try to land on the edge of the black hole. On the Cygnus? Glad they got them jet quads. God, I wish Marvel had put out this comic book. It'd probably look a little bit better. You know, these Whitman comics, they got one thing in common. Whenever they do a comic book, the art inside very rarely looks anything like the movie. I will say credit where credit's due. They got that goofy little robot looking good. Kate don't look like Kate. Dan don't look like Dan. Harry don't look like, what was his name? God, what was that guy's name? Took me 2 minutes. Ernest Borgnine. See, I remember stuff eventually. That's a freaking symptom of a stroke once, is I just can't remember things right off the rip. It takes me at least a minute or two to concentrate in on it. That's why I suck so bad at trivia, Matt Trusty. That's why I suck at trivia, Dave. That's why I suck at trivia. Thrash Pondo Puns. Anyway, Kate whips out her helmet. She throw it on, helps her get her psychic ability on because, you know, Kate's a psychic, right? She's a psychic. And finally, we get a commercial. That's right, a wonderful commercial for Grit Magazine. Everybody saw Grit because Grit was the beep. Yes, I truly hated Grit Magazine. As the Palomino is still floating ever closer towards the incredibly large, incredibly giant Battlestar Galactica-looking Cygnus hovering on the edge of a black hole. Little Palomino looks so tiny. So in full wonderful panels, which has my cool dog all excited, as you can hear her whining in the background somewhere, we see the Cygnus. We see Kate and the professor looking at the Cygnus. My cool dog hollers in happiness, be quiet. And we see the ship dock. It docks in one of the many docking ports on the Cygnus. And my cool dog loves this book. Don't you, cool dog? Well, you want me to show the movie for you later? And why they send Vincent out to do a little exploring. The air looks good. Everything looks great. We should go aboard. Wah, wah, wah. They know how to hold a drama. Right at the time of the drama, right when we're about to go aboard the ship, we get to see Papa, Superman, and Buck Rogers, all the cool stuff you could order back in 1980, and I really did. And I chewed so much of this bubble gum, oh, my teeth fell out. And now I keep my teeth in a glass by the bed. So in full exciting panels brought to you by the Daddy Dan blog, the crew of Palomino board the Cygnus. They find a rec room with video games and pinball and security measures blast away, shooting guns from their hands and damaging Vincent. But Vincent quickly takes care of the security measures because he's the robot from the future. And they explore on, finding a tram, a little jet air car they can roll around the ship on. How convenient. And they take the tram car to an elevator, they shoot up to the bridge, and bam! They find what looks like a bridge manned by dark hooded figures. to stand all around them. Stupendous it is. Time for a commercial as we get to see some freaking sea monkeys. Oh my God. And now it's time for the good stuff, guys. Shout outs. Let me give a special shout out to my friend Dave Sunstorm. You can find him here on YouTube as well as his brother Steven, my real good friend Pat McCormick at the Golden Ranger TV. I love the guys who send me shirts. Hint, a hint. And you can check out my cool friend Thrash Pondo Puns. That's right, the king of old trivia and cool jokes, as well as BK on the air and a really cool dude named the Unapologetic Geek. I really enjoy his stuff. Check out What Job Meme, and I could probably go through 20 more, but this video's already going to run a little bit long.
What'll we do? We wait.
As an ominous red figure approaches the crew from the bridge, you hear a voice ring out. Maximilian! Stop! And then we get our first look. Our first look at Hans Reinhardt. Now that kind of sounds like a villain from Die Hard, don't it? I'm Hans Reinhardt. He's the captain. He's the captain. He's the captain. The captain of the Cygnus. That's right. Hovering on the edge of the black hole. Quickly, Kate has to ask, my father was here. Oh, and then, my dear, he tells the story of the crew trying to evacuate and being killed. Well, your daddy's dead. Yeah, it's a sad tragedy that her father had passed away, supposedly. But do you trust a guy that looks like the devil? He looks like the devil. I'm going to call him Hoff for some reason. Yeah. Some people might get that joke watching this video. Some people won't. I bet this guy has a horrible obsession with Corey Feldman. He was a Corey Feldman fan. And now we call him Hoff. Dr. Hans Reinhardt. Yeah, better known as the Hoff. All righty, Hoff. Dr. Reinhardt telling the crew about the death of his crew. And now he is happy to welcome you as visitors, and he introduces his prime robot, his creation called Maximilian. Maximilian run the ship. Maximilian is his Mr. Spock. And then he meets the old junker robot named Old Bob. Old Bob's the one that does the maintenance up here on the Cygnus. I have to admit, me and my cool dog both are real big fans of the black hole. We're going to whoop this movie out and watch it sometime tonight. Yeah, well, I'll put this up Tuesday, but hey, you hear my dog? I'm actually recording this earlier. Captain Dan says the Cygnus is one big ship. I'd like to drive that bad boy. Now they're going to take a tour of the Cygnus. Dr. Reinhardt going to show Kate all around. He's going to take them over where Dr. Doom's running the hydroponics lab growing some tomatoes, vegetables, and apparently some freaking super-powered space weed up in there. Oh, yeah, because they all dress like Darth Vader up on this ship and look like space balls. And I really like this ship, and I really like this old look. You got to remember, this was 1980, and if you saw this movie in 1980, you were seeing Disney do a really big change where they were bringing some really cool stuff to the screen and doing a lot more special effects and more adult-orientated stuff. Even though some people would consider it a Black Hole a kids movie, for me as a kid, I always loved it and thought it was more of an adult movie. So if Full Panel's brought to you by the Daddy Dan blog, I'm going to give you the crew of the Palomino having dinner with Reinhardt. Hearing his plans, his lifelong ambition to enter the black hole to see what's on the other side. Seeing the crew of the Palomino, and Captain Dan, Kate, and Harry over here saying, "You're a freaking lunatic. You're crazy. Nobody want to go in a black hole. Get us out of here." He said, "You'll have time to evacuate before I go," as the ship grows ever closer. Well, with that incredible reveal, of course, Whitman's gonna have to throw us a curb. They're gonna have to put one of them really fun last times you see them around 1982. The really cool you could have ordered it things where you could have really ordered the cool stuff like fake orange slings. I bet Ted Bundy ordered one of them. Oh my God. And then you could have ordered fake guns and itching powder and blinding gas. Oh my God. And this one's a spud gun. What do you shoot? You shoot potatoes with it? And you can even wear a mask. And I guess I know where serial killers got all their cool stuff at now. Anyway, rolling right along, we could have had Mickey Mouse on the opposite page, drawing Minnie, Goofy, and all the other Disney crap you could have seen back in 1980. I especially have hatred for Huey, Dewey, and Louie. So in full panels, brought to you by the Daddy Dan Blog. I come to the end of this dismal nightmare. No, I'm just kidding. I kind of like the comic book, even though the art's a little bit off, even though it's not exactly like the movie, and Captain Dan don't look like that really cool guy that played Captain Dan, even though I can't remember his name. And Kate is way, way better looking in the comic book than she was in the movie, that's for sure. Anyway, Reinhardt telling them his plan. They're all like getting excited about it. They're going to have them a little competition. That's right. The robots are at it. The robots are doing a shoot-off. A what? The robots are doing a shoot-off. I didn't know robots could do a shoot-off. Oh, I got to quit making jokes like that. Dave ain't going to share my video out if I make jokes like that. Well, anyway, I didn't know robots could shoot weapons. I didn't know robots could carry guns. I didn't know robots would be sentries. But anyway, they're doing a little competition. Clink, 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 clink. They're shooting them up. And Vincent done smoked one of them. Clink, clink, he falls to the floor. When a robot kills another robot, is that humiliating sign of defeat? Murder? We'll have to wait till the next issue to find out. When the defeat and humiliation are too much for a star, his circuits overheat, smoke seeps from his joints, and he falls motionless to the floor. Defeated and dead. Vincent had killed the other robot. Yeah, when you kill a robot, is it murder? If you're a robot too, what is it? I don't know. And we'll have to wait till the next exciting issue to find out, because this is a part 1. And there will be a part 2. And then we're going to waste up back of it on some silly stuff like this. And I actually ordered that silly stuff and had it, so I'm not going to go there. And then we can have seen what children's LPs were out in 1979 and 80. This comic book come out in 80, and it's based on a movie made in 1979. Look at this. You could have got you off the CB radio for $14.95. That's something I wished I'd ordered. If I'd seen this ad, I'd ordered me a CB radio. And probably this Star Wars looking megaphone thing too, just because it looks so damn cool. What kind of walkie-talkie is that? I ain't never seen no stuff like that. Anyway, that's 2 things I would have ordered if I'd seen them. Oh my God, what a waste of a back cover. Wah, wah, wah. Well, guys, that's my look at The Black Hole. It's a comic book from 1980 based on a movie from 1979. I hope the good stuff, guys, that I hollered out in this video will at least share this out. Maybe this comic book video, maybe it'll get more than 30 views. Yes, with a little help from my friends. And the only problem I got with this whole comic book is that little bit of damage. I don't care about that little bit of damage. I'm going to stick it on the wall anyway, because it's the only Black Hole comic book I've ever seen. I bet it's the only one you ever seen, too. If I get a brand new copy, I'll give this old one away to somebody. Until next time, this is Danny Staten on the Daily Dan Blogging. Maybe another channel, because I kept this pretty clean, right? And until next time, be sure to like, subscribe, ring that bell. Be sure to check out my friends, the good stuff guys. And until next time, blog over, dudes.